Yes sir, I'm glad you guys are here because we have to closely analyze the Pokemon battle that had an entire generation inflamed for almost a decade. And before we dive in, make sure to hit the subscribe button so I can reach 40,000 subs and y'all get more Pokemon content in the future. So before coming into the Kalos League finals, my guy Ash is currently down 3-0 to Alain, and if you saw the previous battles, it was pretty rough out there for Ash's Pikachu and Greninja. Like Alain's Charizard was straight up abusing Ash's Pokemon like Chris Brown. There was no stopping him.
Who's gonna stop me?
So the battle kicks off with Ash sending out his main dog Pikachu and also Alain unleashing his Tyranitar to start off the Kalos League finals. And right off the bat, Tyranitar uses Sandstorm to throw off Pikachu, and bro, I have no clue how Ash's eyeballs are unaffected by the sand. He should be burning right now. Now me personally, I would have pulled up to the arena in a NASA spacesuit. I'm not trying to end up like Toph over a Pokemon battle, bro. Tyranitar then uses Dark Pulse, but Pikachu instantly dashes out of danger before he gets turned into Raditz with a hole in his chest. But then Pikachu emerges from the water and uses Iron Tail, which makes Tyranitar look around like, hey yo, where'd he go? But this was all part of Pikachu's trap, his master plan, cause he strikes Tyranitar with a nasty Thunderbolt which lays out Tyranitar like a picnic chair. And for all the Pokemon geeks out there, Ash used Thunderbolt cause water is a conductor for electricity, which obviously canceled out Tyranitar's Sandstorm. Pretty smart, right? But I don't know what's the deal with Pikachu, cause this little rascal always starts smiling at the camera before the match is even over. Like, lock in before I tell Ash to start beating you.
I beg your pardon?
So Pikachu fires an Electro Ball at Tyranitar, but he responds back with Stone Edge and blocks Pikachu's attack with absolute precision. But then Tyranitar pulls a move straight out of Mewtwo's bag and attempts to tail slap Pikachu, but then bro starts moving faster than Rod Wave has in his entire life. And then Pikachu starts floating in the air like me after listening to the new Cardi album. Nah, I'm just playing. I turned it off after like 20 seconds. That song is trash. Tyranitar then lunges in at Pikachu and tries biting his entire head off. But Pikachu counteracts with Tail Swipe and somehow Tyranitar manages to catch Pikachu's tail with his bare teeth. Like, Alain must be feeding Tyranitar at least 20 Flintstone gummies a day cause his teeth are dang strong. If that was any other Pokemon, their teeth would be identical to Jerry's right now. So then Tyranitar hits Pikachu with a 360 Ooga Booga and sends Pikachu flying into the stratosphere. But bro must have been tired of being manhandled by Tyranitar cause he sends an Electro Ball and absolutely obliterates Tyranitar, wiping him off the map, which means that he's unable to battle. And so the first dub goes to my washed main character, man-child 20-year-old Ash Ketchum.
If he gets 5 more wins, he's the champion!
You serious?
So round number 2 kicks off with Ash sending out his Noivern and also Alain bringing out Weavile. And I'm not gonna lie, this battle right here is like Russell Westbrook versus Ben Simmons. When all the good Pokemon are resting on the bench, someone has to sub in for the GOATs Pikachu and Greninja. Like, I know Ash's Pokemon are inside of that Pokeball right now itching to catch a body, cause Pikachu hasn't won a league final in 17 years. Just put the fries in my bag, bro. But anywho, Weavile activates his Shadow Clone Jutsus to make copies of himself, but then Noivern activates Supersonic and finds the real Weavile, so he dashes in but misses his attack. Weavile then counters by firing an Ice Beam, but Noivern starts flying away, but then he suddenly gets his wings frozen and tragically hits the water. And it only gets worse from here, like P. Diddy's career, cause Weavile hits Noivern with a nasty Night Slash, ending the match in the span of like 30 seconds. But hey, I gotta give it to them, cause at least the battle lasted longer than Little Baby's music career. So Kai Cenat instantly comes up to check up on Noivern after he got wiped out by Weavile, and I want you guys to take a good look at Ash. Bro does not look amused right now. My boy Ash is like, man, I didn't give you permission to come out of the Pokeball, get your ass back in. But hey, now it's up to Hawlucha to get his get back, so let's see how that plays out. So round number 3 kicks off with Hawlucha spamming a bunch of karate chops, but this man Weavile was out here dodging every single move, just like me in middle school dodgeball. I was really on that floor putting up prime LeBron James numbers. Nobody could touch me.
Come on, man.
So then Hawlucha meets Weavile in the air, grabs him, and then tosses him to the ground, but then Hawlucha activates his special ability and uses his feet to completely demolish Weavile. But hey, I know Noivern is real happy right now after seeing Weavile on the floor like this. But real talk, if you don't press the subscribe button right now, you'll end up like Weavile and Noivern. So if I were you, I would listen, bro. So round number 4 opens up with Alain bringing out his Bisharp versus Ash's Hawlucha, and I find it funny how Ash tells his Pokemon to stay focused but somehow manages to get cooked in the first 5 seconds. And you can even visually see the fumes coming out of Hawlucha's body. Yeah, this right here is not a good sign. I'm pretty sure even Magikarp could have done better right here.
Stop the cap.
Both Pokemon then meet in the middle and have a little clash, which results in Hawlucha and Bisharp skipping off of the ground from the severity of the impact. But then Hawlucha turns into Buzz Lightyear because he uses high jump kick, but Bisharp weaves it just in time, making bro's knees get absolutely shattered from the missed attack. And Bisharp sees what's going on right now and he's like, oh, say less, because he turns into Ichigo from Bleach and slices Hawlucha apart in a single motion and puts that boy Hawlucha straight to sleep. Yeah, he's not coming out of that Pokemon Center for quite a while. Alright, so check me out. Round number 5 starts off with Alain sending out on Pheasant. And bro, with that type of name, you deserve to lose, bro. Cause who names their Pokemon that? That's like the equivalent of Elon Musk naming his son XYZ235. So then Ash brings out his Talonflame, and I'm not gonna lie, this entire battle was just both Pokemon flying around, no action whatsoever. Bro, I was dead about to fall asleep watching two birds compete at who could go faster. If I wanted to watch this, I really could have just looked out of my window and it would have been the exact same. But hey, I'ma stop yapping though, cause this battle really concludes with Talonflame and On Pheasant having this massive air collision, which results in both Pokemon getting wiped out at the exact same time. And basically this means that it's a double knockout, and since that the score is 3-3 right now, we get introduced to a whole new fighting stage, which is apparently part of the rules. And I'm gonna try my absolute hardest to keep these next few battles short, sweet, and simple so we can get to the main action. Like bro, I'm tired of seeing these trash Pokemon on my screen. I've never heard of them. Bro, if you pull it to school with an On Pheasant Pokemon card, you're getting a swirly, bro. You're getting shoved in a locker. But the battle with Ash's Pikachu and Alain's Megagross ends up with a clean Iron Tail, making the score 4-3 in Ash's favor. And then for the very next battle, the big dog Charizard himself is sent in from Alain's side to go handle some business. So then Pikachu lands 2 attacks on Charizard, electrocuting the crap out of him. And since my guy Ash was working that boy Pikachu overtime like SpongeBob at the Krabby Patty, he obviously gets gas from all that fighting. So Charizard obviously takes advantage of Pikachu's low stamina because he catches him with a diabolical flamethrower. And that move right there was definitely a critical blow, because that man Pikachu was out there looking like Ozai from Avatar. He was struggling to get on his feet like a toddler. So Pikachu and Charizard then meet in the air and exchange attacks, but Pikachu gets absolutely bodied. And then the smoke clears and oh nah, this man Pikachu is finished. He is out for the account. Like, I don't know why bro thought it was a bright idea to fight Charizard head on. That's like asking to get put in a casket. I mean, look at the size difference. They're not even in the same weight class, bro. So then we transition to the next battle, and it results in Alain absolutely crushing Ash's Goodra so badly that the animators had to color out the finishing blow. Yes, it was that violent. And this man Bisharp is an actual menace to society, because look at how he was standing after his win. There's something he's hiding from us. I know for a fact Alain was in his corner with all of his Pokemon talking about, go for the neck. I want you to make Ash and his Pokemon suffer. So the next battle is between Bisharp and the legendary Greninja, who finally makes his appearance. So the battle starts off with Greninja spawning in a bunch of clones, but then Bisharp runs right through them. Greninja then floats into the air and activates the water shuriken and lands a perfectly aimed attack at Bisharp. And I kid you not, this battle ends in like literally 15 seconds. Like, that boy Greninja is too broken. I used to go crazy with him back on Super Smash Bros. Had me spamming that water shuriken like it was my last day on Earth. So ladies and gentlemen, we finally get to the final matchup of the Kalos League Finals, which is Alain's Charizard versus Ash's Greninja. And the stakes are very high right now because both contestants are down to their last Pokemon, and surprisingly, Ash has made it this far into a tournament without being eliminated.
You don't find that suspicious?
So the match boots up with Charizard launching Flamethrower at Greninja, but he elegantly jumps over the fire like he's doing his very best Optimus Prime impression from Revenge of the Fallen. And then Greninja unexpectedly counters with Cut, which deals some damage on Charizard. But hey, if we're being honest, that attack probably just woke up the beast inside of Charizard, if anything. My boy Charizard knew what was on the line. He can't go out like no Vegeta. But from a logical and empirical standpoint, Greninja should be able to take the match because water-type Pokemon easily counter fire types, as Clemont tells us. And Ash's girl in the crowd had to be the root cause of Greninja's entire downfall, because she definitely just jinxed it by saying this.
It'll be fine. Ash will definitely win.
Man, you stupid.
Ash then decides it's time to lock in because he channels his inner anime power-up with Greninja and forms together as one, exactly how like Gohan and Trunks fused together in Dragon Ball Z. And if this scene right here didn't have you amped up as a kid, you have the Kawhi Leonard disorder. You're an NPC. And Alain, being the Mega Evolution merchant, Mega evolves his Charizard to become stronger. Like, that man Alain always be spamming those evolutions the same way Rod Wave be devouring those cheeseburgers. There's no stopping him. So Ash then activates Double Team while a bunch of Greninjas start dashing towards towards Charizard at full speed, but then he responds with Flamethrower and gets rid of the clones instantaneously. Greninja then tries sneaking right in with a Water Shuriken, but Charizard uses Dragon Claw in response, causing a bunch of smoke to form around the battlefield. Greninja then rushes in with Aerial Ace, and then Charizard uses a second Dragon Claw, to which they clash a few times, and bro, peep the dodge Greninja just pulled off. I know a lot of y'all did not catch that, but this man Greninja got those reflexes on Hall of Fame. That boy is not trying to lose the Kalos League by any means possible. So Charizard hits a clean Dragon Claw, making Greninja lay out on his back. And here's the thing, every time Greninja gets hurt, this man Ash also feels the pain too. And my man was struggling out here, holding his arm like the Saiyan Prince. I know those attacks hurt like crazy. We have to remember, he's fighting against Charizard, one of the strongest Pokemon of all time. Charizard then utilizes Flamethrower, but Greninja exerts all of his life force into splitting this attack apart. And bro, they had Greninja screaming at top levels just to put an end to this single Flamethrower. And I know if Greninja had the ability to talk, he would be begging Ash to send it back into his Pokeball right now. Greninja shoots a Water Shuriken at the ground to stop Charizard's Blast Burn, which results in this Dragon Ball Z level Blast. And this has to be the craziest Pokemon battle I've ever seen. Even the commentator was glazing this fight. I don't blame him at all though. So Greninja then tipsy-toes his way to Charizard and catches him off guard with a gut punch, and then jumps into the air and gives Charizard severe brain damage. Like, and look at bro's face, he was not ready for that attack right there. And Charizard has the exact same bag as Naruto because he uses Dragon Claw for the 12th time this fight. But this time, Charizard lands a direct hit on Greninja and gets sent back 10 meters. And you know it's bad when even Ash's body was about to give up on him. It was not looking too bright for my boy. Pikachu was just standing there like, hey bro, let me fight. So both Pokemon rush in for the final moments of that battle, and they both deflect each other's blows. Mink, mink, mink. And then we get this absolute masterpiece of a clash, both Charizard and Greninja putting their all into these attacks. And bro is literally blocking Thunder Punch with a literal Water Shuriken. Is that not crazy to y'all? If we're being real, Greninja should have got turned into Electro Wizard. But hey, I guess he's just a different breed of Pokemon. Greninja then uses the final slash to land a hit on Charizard and sends him a few back. But Ash said, I'm not finished, because he charges up another Water Shuriken with all of his remaining power. And bro, is that fire? But sadly, this is where the plot armor for Alain starts kicking in heavily, because Greninja successfully lands his attack, but even after this ginormous blast and the crowd also going crazy, somehow, someway, instead of Charizard losing the battle, this man Greninja falls to the ground and Ash also mimics his motion, and bro, this is where we all knew it was over. So the match somehow goes to Alain even after Charizard stood there and did absolutely nothing. But hey, I guess the writers just had to mess with Ash and troll every single Pokemon fan in the world.
But I don't see any references. This is a robbery!
So the Kalos League Finals trophy is then awarded to Alain, but in my books, this is the most Mickey Mouse trophy ever handed out by far, because we all know who should have won this match. But hey, if you guys enjoyed this and want more Pokemon in the near future, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and thanks for tuning in. 13 minutes, dang, I'm out.